with him what he said about Vaughn and third, but if we see you with him, you better have a vest too. It is very dangerous to be 6ix9ine's friend these days. That's 100% true. And I'm going to be honest with you. I speak with him often. I am at the point to say, and this is not out of schizophrenia or anything like that. I think 6ix9ine needs therapy. 100%. I'm his friend. Him. I will never let the internet force me. King Von said something against you. King Von is dead. What revenge do you want to have when the guy who said something about you is dead? What revenge do you want? You have to let it go. I get it. Von rapped about you before. You have to let it go. I get it. When you can speak to people, Von was dismissive. He was whatever. You have to let it go. In life, you have to let things go. It's not necessarily forgiveness, but you can't let that run you down a path of destruction. Let me be clear. 6ix9ine seems hell bent on proving or telling people that, yo, y'all not being fair. What y'all hate me for, y'all allow other people to do. For example, he's saying, why y'all mad that I'm dissing King Von? Because he's dead, right? He says, King Von, when he was alive, he was dissing Tuka, who was dead. Why y'all mad? Now, objectively, that is true. That is very true. I guess I get to that point with 6ix9ine because I say why. And I asked him yesterday on the phone. I said, why? I said, what's your end goal? Why? Well, why is this happening? Because every time I'm talking to him, it's anger. I'm hearing anger. And I'm asking him, and he's like, yo, Ak. He said, yo, I'm going to be honest. These are conversations I have with, and I'm sure he'll watch this. He watches everything, you know, when we talk about him. He watches it. He'll be like, yo, he said, yo, Ak, I'm just saying, y'all media niggas ain't fair. I said, what you mean? He said, yo, when King Von is dissing on Tuka, dissing on this, dissing on that, talking about when he see Tuka in hell, he gonna beat his ass, you gonna post it. Because he was asking, I didn't post him dissing King Von. I didn't. He asked me, and I stood on that. I said, I'm not posting that. I said, you already know why I'm not posting Meek. That's the situation with me and Meek, and I'm not gonna post that nigga. I'm waiting for Meek to flop. I can say that person. I don't know. That's true. But he said, why you not posting this? I said, yo, I'm going to be honest with you. But I think he kind of knows because, like, when he was dissing King Von, when King Von just died, like, he knew I really wasn't into that. But now he says, why won't you post that? I said, bro, I'm not going to post you dissing King Von. I said, I'm going to be honest, I never agreed with King Von dissing other people. But it is a stance I have to take, especially in this situation where I just feel it's unprovoked. So, this is a real conversation we had. He said, what act? He says, you got to be fair. That's his whole thing. You got to be fair. He said, all media outlets should be fair. He said, just like how they treat me, they should treat other people. He said, well, if you're not going to post what I said about King Von, why are you going to post what Quando Rondo said about King Von? By the way, that's a decent point. That's a decent point because I posted Quando Rondo dissing King Von in a song. Quando Rondo talking about all people who died, who ran. Quando Rondo's been alluding to King Von for a minute, right? And the distinction I had to tell him. I said, Six, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a media outlet. I always like King Von's music. And y'all tell me if I'm right with this. Y'all tell me if I'm right. Like, y'all the boss. My boss is only the audience. I told him, I said, the reason why I post when King Von says it and I don't post when you say it is that I was one of the last interviews that King Von ever did before he died. The way how you are carrying it, and I told him, I said, Six, when if I post you dissing King Von, it's almost like like whether I that's how I feel or not, which that's not how I feel. But people are gonna look at it like Ak is dissing King Von. I said with Quando, there's a separation. I said, Six, people look at me and you because I speak to you like there's some not only camaraderie, but they actually think everything you do I'm with. That's not true. I would never disrespect King Von. So I told him, I said, with all due respect, I can't post you dissing King Von on my page. I said, you could disrespect if you want to do it, whatever you want to do in the comments, fine. But I'm not reposting it. And that's a stance I had to make. I'm gonna salute to 21 Savage. If I remember the Clubhouse conversations we had, Meek's an idiot. We'll get to that. Meek is a straight up retard. But 21 and a select other people, while even I was talking to him, I was like, yo, I remember I even told him, like, initially when Von died and 6ix9ine said something, I was like, nah, bro, like, I can't put that up. You know, I can't, even though you did on my page, I can't put it up because for a second, I don't want people to think that's how I felt about Von. And you know what I said to 6ix9ine? I guess to let him understand. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. If, knock on wood, God forbid, if you ever passed away and another rapper said, 6ix9ine, rest in piss, I said I would never post that shit. Ever. You know why? Because I feel I fuck with you. And because of that closeness, it's like, and I mean, I guess I'm getting to a little bit of like rap stuff, rap and hip hop media a little bit. If I don't know nobody involved, I'll post whatever because sometimes I just don't know. I'm just posting it, right? But like, bro, if that's my nigga and like that's like a friend of mine, if somebody's like, I'm not gonna diss the person who dissed them, right? But I'm not gonna repost it. I told him, I said, if you passed away and somebody said, rest in peace, 6ix9ine, rest in piss, I'm not reposting that. But I'm gonna also take that stance when you're dissing Von. I'm sorry, I gotta also take that stance. I don't want to see you diss Von. And when I don't want to see you diss Von, I can't control your actions, but I could definitely control what's on my page. And while, you know, hypothetically and theoretically, media just doesn't give a fuck, I do in that case. So if you realize I don't post 6ix9ine dissing Von at all, okay? It's a hard thing to kind of navigate through because here's the thing. In hip hop, niggas is always disrespecting other people. A nigga hit me and say, yo, you know that Pooh Shiesty video, that song Back in Blood is dissing some nigga that his homies smoked? I don't know the homies. So, yeah, I posted it. I love the song. You know what I mean? Again, I guess the bigger and larger point is that I wish everybody in hip-hop would stop dissing the dead. That's not something that's cool. Whether it's Dirk dissing Tuka, whether it's anyone dissing FBG Duck, whether it's anybody dissing LA Capone, whether it's anybody dissing, like, anybody who passed away, that's just not cool. And I know niggas and idiots like Meek would like to tell you, like, I control violence in hip-hop. That's not true. I'm here trying to make and figure out all the distinctions just like everybody else, except I'm trying to do it with my platform. So I could tell you soundly a stance I've made is that I ain't about to post about King Von being disrespected on my Instagram, as some people would. Anyway, yeah. Other than that, the reason why I said back to the therapy shit, the reason why I said the therapy with 6ix9ine is that he's not getting over shit. Like some of the shit, like I talk to him about a lot of stuff, and I say, "Yo, bro, you don't have to go at this person. You don't have to say this about this person. You don't have to do this." And my whole thing is that, yeah, they might have said something about you in the past, but some of these people are died. Some people died. They got arrested. Some people, like, there's a lot that's going on. And with him, he has that. It's almost a anger, like, fuck this nigga. And I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, yo, listen, I don't like a lot of niggas in hip hop. But God forbid anything ever happened to Nav, you ain't gonna catch me saying nothing about Nav. God forbid something happened to Freddie Gibbs, you ain't gonna catch me saying nothing about Freddie Gibbs. To me, it's just not that deep. And especially, I look at all this shit as rap shit. And that's what I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, yo, what Von had with Duck and other people who was quote unquote his enemies, that shit is like life for them. Bro, you mad that some rap niggas called you a snitch? And everybody been calling you a snitch. Like, come on, you gotta get past that. You can't try to attack everybody. And also, you can't attack, like, again, real conversations with him, like, one of the reasons why he's trying to prove or point out to everyone, yo, look at these inconsistencies, is because he's looking at it like, yo, the DSPs, they won't playlist me. Because you know why? They say I snitched. But a company ran by a snitch has mad artists on that playlist. How's that fair? I agree with that. He said to me, he said to me today, he said, Act, they gotta stop being biased. He wasn't even speaking on for a second. He said, yo, Act, how could the playlisting people already blackball Tory when he hasn't been convicted of shit? They won't put a song of his on the playlist. He said, but look at this. Fabulous, who was accused and allegedly punched the teeth out of his wife's mouth. They don't do nothing to him. There's no repercussions. Why does Tory get it, but Fab doesn't? And that's a point. All your favorite rap pundits, all your favorite rap talking heads, they talk about Tory like he's the worst nigga on earth, and I guarantee they've never spoke about Fab like that. If you can name one, please name him. I'll look in the chat for the next 20 seconds. I guarantee you'll mention no one. That's true. But again, I go back and I say to that nigga, I said, bro, you're right. But you'll never get people to just live, like, the whole industry. Rap itself is a hypocritical art. Lil Tecca raps, I got 2 twin Glock, turn a nigga into a dancer. You know when we find out that Lil Tecca don't got two twin Glocks, he said, oh, that nigga's a fraud. Fuck him. That nigga's a bitch. He ain't about that life. Okay, cool. When we find out that motherfucking YNW Melly got 2 twin Glocks, that turned niggas into a dancer. And shit, he killed 2 people, allegedly. You know what people say? God damn it, that nigga's stupid as shit. Yo, Melly had the world in his hands. Why would he do that? Oh, that nigga's fucking stupid. He was rapping his life. We liked it. Till we realized it was real and he got caught. So rap itself is a very hypocritical art. We don't want no rapper who telling us he did some shit he ain't do. And if the rapper tell us he did some shit and get caught, we call that nigga dumb. Oh my God. That nigga did what? Who? Case in point. What's that guy's name? Wife and Lucci. Wife and Lucci been saying in his music that he's spinning blocks. He doing all type of shit. When we hear the story about him being a getaway driver and one of his guys getting shot and him pushing out the car just because they spun the block on their ops trying to get his ops lit up. You know what he said? What the fuck? Ain't he dating Lil Wayne's daughter? Ain't he rich? Ain't he success? Why is he spinning blocks? Is that nigga dumb? But we just like the music that said he was spinning blocks. He's showing us he doing what he rapping about. You get my point? You do what you rap about, you're an idiot. You make us think you're doing it, but we don't know, you're a genius. You tell us you don't do it like Lil Tecca, you're a fraud. Remember that. So really, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I think 6ix9ine is trying to he's trying to even it out by saying, let's be fair. I'm trying to tell him there's no fairness in hip hop. What do you think? People are gonna just fucking not sign to Rock Nation because the CEO's a snitch like you? No. People make up excuses for whatever shit they want to do. They're gonna sign to Rock Nation. They're gonna make up an excuse. Oh, she's a civilian. That's what it is. Only reason why I say 6ix9ine needs therapy is because I think he needs to get over some of the past trauma. And by the way, being hated, that's a heavy burden. I think he needs to get over that. And I think he needs to realize he could be someone. He doesn't have to play the villain role. He could be someone likable. And I don't think the space he's in now allows him to even think about that. I think he thinks about how he could reciprocate the hate and amplify it, which I don't think is the best thing when you're in his position. Again, I'm rooting for him in everything he does. I try to show him some light. Not saying I always know what the best thing is to do, but I hope he finds that peace and tranquility that he needs. Okay? All right. Okay. What else? What are we talking about? Somebody said, Act, just don't get flipped by being the last man standing on 6ix9ine's side.